morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I'm Dave Braasch, president of Alton Memorial Hospital, and I really have the opportunity to spend some time with you here this morning and do a little reading together. And the book that has been chosen for us to read is called Pete the Cat's Trip to the Supermarket. And so you'll probably learn as we read through this, as I did, some things are different today about going to the grocery store than they appear in this book, and we'll kind of talk about that as we go through. But we begin by saying, Pete and Bob are hungry after a big day of fun at the park. Dad, can we have a snack? Bob asked. So here's Pete and Bob with their dad. Dad checks the fridge. That's usually what dads do. Dad checks the pantry. Dad checks the secret snack nook. We need to buy groceries, says Dad. Dad starts to make a list. We need milk and eggs and fish and chicken. I want raspberries, says Bob. I want apples, says Pete, so you can see what they're dreaming about here at the table. So they head off to, looks like Meow Foods. So Pete, Bob, and Dad make a long list and take it to the supermarket. Oh no, the wind blows the list out of Dad's hands. There it goes. It's cool, says Pete. I remember the list. I do too, says Bob. First they stop at aisle 10. The sign says, dairy. We need milk, says Pete. And cheese, says Bob. The stinky kind. Does anybody know what the stinky kind is? Well, I think that answer, if you don't have it, is Lindbergh, right? Next they go to aisle 9. Yum, says Dad. I love bacon. There's Dad with the bacon. Don't forget the chicken, says Pete. They almost passed aisle 8 when Pete remembers eggs. Regular or jumbo, says Pete. Jumbo, says Dad. Groovy, says Pete. There's all the eggs. Bob can't pick between spaghetti and macaroni in aisle 7. How about bow ties, says Dad. Awesome, says Bob. Aisle 6 smells fruity. Remember the apples, says Pete. Remember the raspberries, says Bob. And we got all the fruit and vegetable aisles here. One thing they don't have on today is masks, and that's what's changed a little bit around right now. So today, if you're in the grocery store with Dad or Mom, you probably have a mask on, and you're kind of staying back a little bit so we don't catch the virus. And then in aisle 5, Dad tastes a hot dog. Yummy. In aisle 4, Pete tastes a cupcake. Sweet. That's probably something else you're not doing in the grocery store right now, is tasting different foods. Dad says Pete and Bob choose a treat in aisle. Dad lets Pete and Bob choose a treat in aisle 3. Pete picks crackers shaped like fish. Bob picks popcorn. Brr, it's cold in aisle 2. Dad puts mango popsicles in the cart. Look at that. Aisle 1 has sunflowers, tulips, and blue daisies. Pete and Bob pick tulips for Grandma. She'll love them, says Dad. I think we got everything except the fish, says Dad. But their car is packed with yummy treats. Next time. Well, again, this was a great book to share with you this morning, and it's really been enjoyable to read to you, and hopefully we all learned a little bit from the book. So take care, everybody. We'll see you again. Bye.